What's going on, guys? Jake here from the Fly Fiend. Welcome back to another fly tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying up a hot tag hare's ear midge. Super effective, super easy midge pattern. I'm going to throw a fresh hook in the vise and we'll get right into this tutorial. The hook I'm tying this fly on is a Firehole Sticks. This is the model 320. This is a size 16. I have that paired up with a 2.5mm black nickel tungsten bead. And the thread I'm using is UTC 70 denier in brown. I'm going to start my thread right behind that bead. I'm going to lay down a couple wraps and I can cut out my tag end. I'm going to take this thread deep down into that bend, about halfway down the curvature of that bend. I'm going to tie my first material. It's going to be the rib, and the rib is UTC ultra wire. This is in copper brown, and the size is brassy. It's the BR size. So I'm going to get a nice little 4 or 5 inch piece here. I'm going to tie that on the hook of the shank facing towards me, and I'm just going to take some nice touching thread wraps down, securing that in and creating the start of the body. So right now I'm just going to make a little tapered thread body, and you just want to make sure that all of the wire is covered up on the one side. So I'm just going to grab my wire now, come underneath the fly, and I can just make some nice open spiral wraps, creating that segmentation. And I can bring it up to behind that bead and just tie it off nice and tight. I can helicopter out that wire. Now I'm going to put a little bit of Loon Outdoors. This is the Fluorescing Flow UV Clear Fly Finish. And I'm going to coat this body. It's going to give it a little bit of shine. And I'm not putting lots on this. I'm just kind of covering the thread wraps. So you still want to see that segmentation from the wire. You don't want to put so much on it that it takes it above that. So I'm kind of just putting a little bit on, letting it soak into that thread. Then I'm just going to cure it with my light. It's going to darken the body up a bit, and it's just going to add a lot more durability to the overall fly, and it gives it more of kind of a lifelike look when it has a little bit of that shine to it. So next material we're tying in is some UTC Antron yarn. This is a fluorescent pink. You can tie this in orange, fluorescent pink, chartreuse. I've even tied a couple in white and work really well. So I'm just going to grab one strand. I'm not going to double it over or take any off. It's just one strand. So I'm just going to tie that right on top. I can come in with my scissors and try to cut this as close as possible. My scissors are super dull. I got to get some new ones. So I'm just going to cut that as close as possible to that bead. Just like that. Now I like to dub the thorax before I actually cut it. So I'm just going to throw in a little bit of hare's ear. This is a custom blend that I made. It's just mostly guard hair, no long fibers at all, just short kind of spiky. And it's kind of hard to dub this stuff on. So what I like to do is actually grab some beeswax and just wax that thread a bit. And this helps it so much to actually dub onto a thread. So I'm just gonna dub this hare's ear on. I'm just gonna make this thorax, nice little bushy thorax. I'm gonna throw in my 4 or 5 turn whip finish. Make sure that's nice and tight. Cut out my thread. Now I can cut my antron. I like to keep this pretty short. Just like so. And there you have it. Nice little midge pattern. Like I said, you can change out the color of that little hot spot. Pink works really well. It's one of my go-tos. And I have these in my box pretty much all year round. Once it gets colder, I fish a lot more midges, a lot more smaller. I'll tie this down to a size 20. My go-to is a 16 and 18, but I do have size 20s in my box because you never know what kind of situation you're going to get yourself into and need something small. It's also a little dropper on a dry dropper setup, and it's just a really effective pattern. So I hope you liked today's tutorial, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the fly or any of the materials, you can drop that down in the comment section below. If you want to check out this fly and actually purchase them, I will have them up on my store, flyfiend.com, very shortly in different colors. Thanks a lot again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.